How's it going, my peeps? I'm here with some more WWE13 gameplay, although this time it's not an online matchup, it's a single player matchup, but I'd say it's a pretty entertaining single player matchup between Dolph and Randy here, and I actually made it Extreme Rules to make it a little bit more interesting, you know, using weapons, tables, all that good stuff. So, as you can tell from the title, or the thumbnail, we're talking about Dolph Ziggler here, and his Money in the Bank briefcase. Dolph Ziggler won that Money in the Bank briefcase back at Money in the Bank, which was back in July, which also means it's been around 5 months, and Dolph Ziggler still hasn't cashed in that briefcase. I mean, he's attempted to cash in the briefcase on numerous occasions, but he's failed every single time. Every single time, somebody manages to stop Dolph Ziggler from cashing in. It's like everybody is gunning for Ziggler, or just doesn't want him to cash in, or he's just pissing too many people off. Storyline wise, you had Sheamus bro kicking him, you had, I think, Randy RKOing him, you had, I also believe you had Big Show knocking out Dolph Ziggler when he was about to cash in on Sheamus, and you also had Del Rio, for some strange reason, didn't want Dolph Ziggler to cash in on Sheamus. After his matchup with Sheamus, I guess, you know, it was like, you know, if I can't win the match, or if I can't win the world title, you can't. So he was kind of arguing with Dolph, and then Sheamus took advantage of that by hitting the bro kick on Dolph. And just recently, John Cena decided to get involved and stop Dolph Ziggler from cashing in on the Big Show because he beat John Cena the night before, I guess. That's the only logical explanation I can think of here. Actually, unless maybe they say John Cena thought that Dolph and AJ, or Dolph planned for AJ to turn on John Cena or something like that. So, yeah, he's attempted but failed every single time, so he still hasn't cashed in, and he still hasn't become the World Heavyweight Champion. That's if he even becomes a World Champion once he cashes that in. Who knows, maybe Dolph will also lose his Money in the Bank matchup or his title shot, just like John Cena did, although I hope not. Especially after holding on to that briefcase, you know, for this long time, it would be a disappointment. You know, with John Cena, he lost, but he had just won the Money in the Bank briefcase like a week before, so yeah. And speaking of people and when they cashed in the briefcase, you know, Dolph, we thought he was going to cash in. You know, I'm surprised that he didn't cash in the briefcase yet. I was expecting Dolph to be like most of the Money in the Bank winners, where they cash in their briefcase pretty soon or pretty close to when they actually won the briefcase in the first place. Like Jack Swagger, who cashed in that briefcase that same week. You had Kane, who cashed in the briefcase that same night. You had John Cena recently, who cashed in the briefcase a week after. And you also had Rob Van Dam, who cashed it in like 3 months after he won the briefcase. CM Punk, I think both times he cashed it in 3 months after winning it as well. And yeah, most of the Money in the Bank winners. Oh yeah, and Del Rio actually cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, I think 1 month after winning it. He won it at Money in the Bank, obviously, which I believe was in July last year too, and cashed it in the next month on CM Punk when he faced John Cena in that WWE Championship, or WWE Champion versus WWE Champion match. So yeah, most Money in the Bank winners didn't wait too long until cashing it in. And last year, Daniel Bryan, the one who won the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank briefcase, he waited a good while. He waited until TLC, which was actually when a lot of people thought Ziggler might cash in with the whole, you know, ladder match with John Cena. Some people were saying maybe, you know, earlier in the night when they have Big Show versus Sheamus, whoever wins that match, Dolph Ziggler cashes in on them and wins the world title. And then in the main event, in the ladder match against John Cena, since Dolph Ziggler no longer holds a briefcase, that match could then be for Dolph Ziggler's World Heavyweight Championship. But that didn't end up happening, and thing is, when something's like so predictable, or, you know, it seems like the perfect situation or thing to do, usually that doesn't happen, which is also why I didn't predict that to happen in any of my TLC prediction game videos. And you know, the last time they really took their time with a Money in the Bank winner, and just took their time with him, you know, waiting until cashing in, was with Edge, and he ended up being really successful after cashing in that briefcase, winning multiple titles and being in the Hall of Fame. So, you know, maybe winning it out with Ziggler is a good thing. And that brings me to my question to you guys. When do you guys think Dolph Ziggler's gonna cash in his briefcase? Is that at a Raw, or a SmackDown, or a pay-per-view? If so, which pay-per-view do you guys think it's gonna be? Personally, I don't think Ziggler's gonna cash in his briefcase as long as Big Show is the champion. So I'm gonna go with Ziggler cashing it in at the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Now in the comment section, tell me when you think he's gonna cash it in. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button, I'd really appreciate it. With that said, I'm out guys, see ya.